everybody. Welcome to the Great Journey podcast. Some of you may have wondered why this podcast is called The Great Journey, and it is actually named after Chief Instructor Sensei Callahan's book that he wrote called Tiger's Great Journey. Let's get that so you can see it really well. There you go. So I will be reading a chapter at a time and uploading it so that you guys can sit around and listen and go on the great journey with Tiger. All right. So Tiger's Great Journey is an adventure story for youth who want to make the world a better place. The introduction. Here we have the Great Journey map. You can see up here. And this is what we have up on our wall. As our students go through their training, they have these little magnets with their names on it that moves all the way up till they get up here when they reach their black belt and beyond. So the introduction, believe in yourself. Tiger pushed open the door and took in the sights and sounds of a place unlike any he'd ever seen. Located on an ordinary street in an ordinary town, this open room seemed anything but ordinary. There were people of all ages, dressed in white uniforms called gis, tied at the waist with belts of different colors: white, yellow, orange, green, purple, brown, and black. They bowed to each other and moved with varying degrees of grace and power as they practiced kicks, punches, blocks, and leaps on a firm mat that covered most of the floor. Tiger had made the decision to walk through this door because of what he had seen happen after school a few days ago. Joey, a younger boy, a grade down from him, had been on his way home when three bullies cornered him behind the art building. They were a few years older than Joey and loved to torment younger kids. They took his hat, spit in it, threw it on top of the building, and then laughed about it. A few other kids were around, and they started laughing too. Tiger had been walking across the basketball court about 100 feet away and saw it all. He could see the pain and humiliation on Joey's face and wanted to do something, but felt powerless. This was the third time Tiger had seen these bullies in action, and now he was determined to do something about it. Before he died, Tiger's grandfather had talked to him about karate. He had told him that when practiced properly, karate could be a force for good in the world, and that its true purpose was to stop conflict by emptying the self of negativity. Tiger didn't understand this at the time, but he loved and trusted his grandfather and knew him to be a wise man. His grandfather had practiced Shotokan Karate and recommended it to Tiger when they had last spoke about it. "Welcome to Shotokan Karate Leadership School," said a man wearing a black belt. He looked strong and kind and looked directly into Tiger's eyes as he firmly shook the boy's hand. Tiger's heart leapt inside. He knew that he had come to the right place. "I'm the teacher," the man said. "You can call me Sensei, which means teacher in Japanese. Many years ago, I too set out on the journey that you are about to begin, the journey to learn the art of Shotokan Karate and to become a force for peace in the world." The word surprised Tiger, who imagined great leaders, presidents, kings and queens, generals, inventors, people of fame and power, and had trouble seeing how he could be like them. "How will I become a leader?" he asked Sensei. The man with the black belt replied, "You will be amazed by how the time you spend here at Shotokan Karate Leadership School will change your life and allow you to serve the world." Sensei explained to Tiger that as he mastered the basics of karate, he would first learn how to follow and then how to lead. He would start by being a team member and then rise in rank to team leader, class leader, and then school leader. And as he was rising in rank, his belt color would change from white to yellow, to orange to green, to purple to brown, and finally to black. This was the path of a black belt Shoka leader. Sensei also explained to Tiger that Shotokan was the name given to the style of karate taught by Gichin Funakoshi, the man who is considered to be the father of modern-day karate. Master Funakoshi was a poet, and he used the pen name Shoto, and Kan meant the building. The first time the word Shotokan was used was on the front of the first karate school in Japan. a school that Master Funakoshi's students built for him. Later on, the name was given to the style of karate that Funakoshi taught, and Sensei explained that Shoka was the term used at Shotokan Karate Leadership Schools for a student at the school who is training to be a leader. School members with more experience than you will guide and help you along, Sensei said. What you learn here about Shotokan Karate and about making good decisions will make you the sort of person others will want to follow as you make the world a better place. Here is the list of leadership traits that you will develop. Sensei read from a large sign prominently displayed on the wall. Courage, courtesy, integrity, humility, self-control, trust, endeavor, responsibility, cooperation, justice, compassion, and creativity. Tiger felt a twinge of doubt. He was just a boy, after all. Could he become the sort of person who leads others? Could he possibly learn to perform the techniques of karate as well as the kids and adults he watched practicing on the mat? He saw that two boys bigger and older than him were training by pretending to fight. They came close to hitting and kicking each other. Tiger imagined himself out on the mat, and he felt a sting of fear, afraid that he would not be able to do what the others were doing. He thought, what if I try, but fail? Without Tiger noticing, Sensei, a 40-year-old man with kind eyes, who looked to be 30, had been observing Tiger quietly and had seen a special quality in him. He had trained hundreds of kids and knew that this was an important moment for the boy and sensed what he was feeling. Sensei invited Tiger to sit down with him on one of the benches along the back wall. Tiger, Sensei began, your journey to become a black belt Shoka leader will involve a series of adventures beyond the ordinary to discover what is missing in the world. This great journey will test you to your limits. It is designed to determine if you have what it takes to become a leader. Can you overcome the dangers? Do you have the knowledge, the skill, and the capacity to serve? Sensei paused and looked into Tiger's eyes before going on. It is natural that you would doubt yourself, but don't let that stop you. It takes a person of great courage to ask these questions and to search for the answers until they are found. The person who takes this journey must understand that to succeed, he must become someone greater than he is. He must overcome many obstacles, endure many failures, and stop powerful enemies. But despite this, he must continue on because finding the answer is vital to his journey and to his life. I believe that you are such a person, Tiger. I believe that you can make a difference in the world, but it won't happen unless you believe that you can. Let me ask you, Tiger, do you believe that you can make a difference in the world? Tiger didn't say anything at first. He just sat there looking at Sensei for the longest time. And Sensei didn't say anything either. He waited patiently. Then Tiger opened his mouth to speak. Yes, was the only word to come out, but it was clear, concise, and full of promise. And we're going to pause there today, and we'll be back soon as we continue on Tiger's great journey. Have a good day.